Hi everyone, it's Ariane here again. This is the final tutorial in this series. Today we're going to do a VPN, also known as Virtual Private Network. Now what is VPN? VPN essentially is a private network constructed by using public wires, usually the internet, to connect a private network such as a company's internal network. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to implement VPN. Alright, so we're going to go to our server machine and go to the server manager. Alright, you're going to go to roles, you're going to add a role. Alright, and the role we're going to add is network policy and access services. Alright. Right. Here we want to check the network policy server and we want routing and remote access services. Alright, click next and then install. We're going to wait for the installation to finish. Alright, so we have successfully installed our network policy and access services. Alright, you can click close. We're going to go to start, administrative tools, network policy server. Right, we're going to expand on policies. We're going to go into network policies. Right, so we're going to right click and click new. Going to type the policy name. In this case it's VPN. Right, type of network access server is remote access server VPN dial-up. Click next. Right, you're going to specify conditions. You're going to click add. Scroll until you see tunnel type. Going to add the tunnel. And we want L2TP, which is layer 2 tunneling protocol, and point to point. Click OK. Right? Next. Next. We want division 2, but the user can, we're going to disable the function that the user can change the password. Alright, click next. Alright, here you can set the idle timeout if you want. That just means just what it says. This session, that is the remote VPN session, will time out if the system has remained idle for too long with no activity. You can set the session timeout. We're actually going to set a session timeout of 5 minutes. So your session will automatically be disconnected at 5 minutes and the user will have to reconnect. You can set day and time with restrictions, but for the purpose of today's tutorial, we're not going to. You just have to click allow, edit, and you choose the day and the time the user will be able to access the system. Alright, and click next. click next again, and we're gonna click finish. Alright, so now you see VPN is enabled, sorry, and access has been granted. Right? Next thing that we need to do right now is click on Start, Administrative Tools, and we're going to go Routing and Remote Access. Alright, if we click to our server PC, it has not been configured yet, so that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to right click and click Configure and enable routing and remote access. Alright, next we're going to do a custom configuration. Next, we're going to do VPN access. Click next. Alright, and finish. Click OK. You want to start service. Right, so now I'm gonna right click on the server PC and go to properties. Here we're going to go straight to the login, and we're going to log additional routing and remote access information. I'm going to apply, click OK. Okay, so now we're going to go to our client machine. We're going to go to Windows 7. I'm already logged in as a user here. Going to go to the Network and Sharing Center. And the first thing we're going to configure, make some changes to is our Windows firewall. Sorry. Allow a program or feature through Windows firewall. I'm going to click Change Settings. And you're going to scroll to Routing and Remote Access. Alright, and you're going to check everything. Click OK. Then you're going to go back to the Network and Sharing Center. And we're going to set up a new connection. Alright, you're going to connect to a workplace. Alright, we're going to use my internet connection. Right, for this tutorial I'll set up an internet connection later, and then you just enter the IP address or the name of the machine. In our case, our server is located at Alright, we're gonna type username and credentials to log in. Alright, click create and close. Alright, so you're gonna go back to change adapter settings. You see VPN connection is here. Now you're gonna right click and click connect. Alright. click connect. Alright, so you can see we are connected remotely right now. Okay, just a couple things I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that it's currently 6:07. We set that the connection will be timed out in 5 minutes, so we'll show you it timing out. In the meantime, we're going to go back to our server PC. Alright, go back to our server manager. And we're gonna go to our network policy and access services. Alright, just check the information, the event logs. Right, the remote access server acquired IP address 192.168.56.101 to be used on the server adapter. Right, and network policy server granted full access to a user because the host met the defined health policy. Let's see who the user is. See, the user we're currently logged on as on the client machine as that was, right? And the IP address of the machine that's logged in 192.168.03, right? And it was logged at 6:07, right? So now we're just gonna wait for the connection to time out. Right, so I'll show you the connection being timed out on the client machine, 6:09. Alright, we have 3 minutes again, so let's wait and see what happens. Alright, it's now 12 minutes past 6 and it has automatically been disconnected. You have to now reconnect to the network. Alright. Alright, we're going to go back one more thing. We're going to go back to the server manager, well, to the server PC. Alright, and in the network policy, just going to refresh. And you see that here you can see that there is one client, remote access client, just as that was. And you can also disconnect the session from here. I click disconnect there and I go back to the client machine. Now you see it has been disconnected again. Alright, this has been my short tutorial on VPN. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more in upcoming weeks.